contrarian viewpoints on demos. So here's one that most people don't do that I wish did is give control of the screen over to the prospect. Right. So if you think about it, most demos are very one way. I'm sitting here and I am receiving, right? I'm being spoken to. And especially in the virtual world, y'all have no idea what I'm doing. Like even right now, I'm talking. I may not even have the camera up. I could have Facebook going right now. I might be watching a movie. Like you don't know. Whereas if you force me to engage, right, that keeps me in it, but it also makes it feel like it's mine. So one of the things that I teach a lot is this idea of like make them hold it, right? So if you think like, and this is well known across sales and persuasion, if you can get someone to hold something, they're less likely to ever give it back. Right. So think about the vendors at the mall. Think of it, you go to a bazaar, right? You go to a farmer's market. If I can get you to hold those flowers, you're buying them. Right. Now that's different with software. How do you make them hold it? Get me to use it in front of you, right? Or ask me questions that get me to picture using the product, right? I think that's the point you were making with Jordan, right? Kobe, all these guys, they practiced harder than anybody else. They practiced harder. That was the key to it. They didn't play harder. They practiced harder, and that's what allowed them to play better. And most people practice their demo on prospects. They're not practicing on their own. They're practicing on a prospect. And then you wonder why that doesn't go over so well.
I love that. I just watched the Kobe documentary recently on his childhood in Italy and Mamba mentality. I mean, it's so fascinating, the sheer discipline. But yes, we play like we practice, and that's what we want to do in these events. And we have marketers on the line today, and we want you to not go easy. Hard skills and a hard event, Ronnie. And you know, I think Ronnie's laughing because we've had some hard coaches here. Jesse, you're kind of seeming like you can take it.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go to therapy, like counseling yesterday to talk about it. It was rough.
Gotcha. Well, that leads us to announcing the sponsors. I don't know if they're going to sponsor our group therapy here, but we got Zoom Info, and we're stoked that they're sponsoring us. They just acquired Chorus, which is a great tie-up of technology. Let me read the rest of them. I'm calling this the GTM stack. Little quick commercial here, but all these vendors are very cool. Check them out. I mean, I've used most of them, and if you're not aware of them, so there's Zoom Info, Chili Piper, Connect and Sell, Sonar, Membrane, Perception Predict, Regi.ai, Slintel, Aurum, User Gems, CloudLead, and Sendosa. And today's match is sponsored by Zoom Info. They will be here after talking about product roadmap and new developments with their combined stack.
What happens is that multi-channel, multi-touch cadences are constantly being run by Redbound, orchestrated completely autonomously, and they're actually optimized on an individual level. So let's say some VP sales are active on weekends and they open emails. So Redbound will continue to email them over the weekend. Some are responsive in the evening, but not in the morning. So Redbound will apply that to the next steps in the cadence. Some are prone to watching video content, but will never read a long email. So those get more touch points of, visual touch points.
And what I was trying to figure out was who was on our site. So I would take the log files from our marketing team, and I would take those files and I would look and figure out what insights I could gather of who was on the site. And over the course of about 10 years, I really figured out a lot of rules and a lot of things that I could figure out exactly who the people were on the website.
So what happens is that, VP sales is a VP sales, but does Kevin and Justin, just because they're both VP sales, do they behave in the same way? Are they going to engage with the exact same content?
Your browser kind of tells you a lot, probably more than you want, and there's obviously some rules around GDPR, but I wanted to read it from a sales perspective. So our AI can learn the behavior of a specific person and shift and change the actual outreach throughout the cadence. Important to me is like I didn't need the data watered down. I wanted to see who was referred to us, like what site did they come from? I needed to know the details, right?